Dallas, let me just say this. I am, in fact, here for you. In fact, I've been thinking. I've been reflecting. I watched the Jerry Jones press conference. And you know what? I've got to be real. I've changed my mind. I know that yesterday I said that being butthurt is not a reason to trade your best player. I'd like to rephrase that. I believe I spoke out of turn. I had not yet had a chance to collect my thoughts and take time and reflect. But I have now. I slept on it. I would like to instead issue the following statement. Being butthurt isn't a reason to trade your best player, and it's maybe the dumbest thing that Jerry Jones has done in 30 years of insanely stupid things. That's the truth, Dallas. And I hate that it's your reality, but you've got to live with it. You've had 3 decades of this crap, so you know you can't be surprised. You've had 30 years of this dude thinking he's Howie Roseman, Ozzie Newsome, and the Hood all rolled into one, but having jack bleep to show for it. Every single time a key player comes up for a new contract, Jerry Jones butchers it. This dude gets absolutely worked in every single deal. He lost out in the Dak deal. He lost out in the CeeDee Lamb deal. And he was losing this one so badly, he just up and gave up. That's the only way to explain this. That is the only way to explain the Dallas Cowboys trading Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for Kenny Clark and a couple of first-round picks. That's it. That's all he got. Hell, the Seattle Seahawks gave up more to get Jamal Adams than the Packers gave up to get an in-his-prime Micah Parsons. There is nothing else coming. And he did it because what? He didn't want to pay Parsons? Or because he thought that he had an agreement with Parsons? Or whatever his whack rationale is. And believe me, I will get to his whack presser in a moment. But here is the thing, and hear me out. This is the thing with Jerry that I've been saying for years. You don't have to pay Micah Parsons. You get to pay Micah Parsons. You get to pay a guy who grew up a Cowboys fan and is now rocking the star on his helmet and never wanted to be anywhere else. You get to pay a future Hall of Famer and a generational pass rusher. You get to put another name in the Ring of Honor. You get to do all of that as long as you aren't stupid and blow it all up, which is exactly what you just did. How do you not get this? How do you not get this, con clown? As a general manager, you hit your knees every single night and you pray that you get somebody like Micah Parsons in the draft. And you did. You did. Somehow you did that. And yet somehow you still wrecked it. You blew it. But the only thing dumber than trading Micah Parsons was Gerald Wayne Jones Sr. trying to spin it yesterday like it was some sort of monumental win for the franchise. Why don't we first address the elephant in the room and the fact that he repeatedly got the name of the guy that he traded wrong?
When you have the kind of extraordinary pass rush that Michael had, then the way to mitigate that pass rush is to run at you. There was no question in our mind that Michael could bring us a lot of resources on a trade and offset the fact, to whatever degree, more or less, that we don't have that excellence that Michael Parsons has there, but we do have the depth. The other thing that I would like to say is I firmly made a commitment to Michael this spring, Micah, and paid him, and to pay him.
Did you at any point talk one-on-one with Micah to try and figure this out?
Did I talk to Michael?
Micah.
I mean, holy crap. Not only did he hit 5 on the Michael counter, Steva corrected him on the 5th one. Micah. He corrected the old kook. See, maybe that's the thing. Maybe this old kook really thinks that he took the Packers to the cleaners by getting a Pro Bowler and 2 first-round picks for Michael Parsons. And now he's just going to double back and sign Micah Parsons to an extension. Like, I don't know if that's senility or disrespect, but repeatedly calling your best player by the wrong name is not good. Below not good. Not good at all. It certainly does not smack of fit to run this franchise, does it? Not good. Now, if that was the only clown job of the presser, that would have been more than enough. Clowns. But there was way more. So much more. Like this, quote, obviously, we did think that it was in our best interest of our organization. Not only the future, but right now, this season as well. We've gained a Pro Bowl player in an area that we had big concerns in. End of quote. Sure, Jera, you gained a Pro Bowl player. You gained a Pro Bowl player who's nearly 4 years older than the Hall of Famer that you just dealt and plays a less important position and is not the player that he used to be and not nearly the player that Micah is and will be for years to come. Yes, the run defense sucked last year. Great. Let me ask you this. How is trading Micah Parsons going to improve your run defense? It's not. Hey, but I've got an answer. You want to improve your run defense? Why don't you bring in some fat guy to play defensive tackle? Fat? Bring in a fat guy to play defensive tackle. Do not trade your future Hall of Famer. And whatever you do, con clown, do not insult me by telling me you're better today than you were yesterday and absolutely will be better down the line by moving you in his prime. Future Hall of Famer for a 30-year-old dude and what will probably amount to 2 high second-round picks. The hell are we doing here, Grandpa? What are you going to tell me next? That you'll use those draft picks to draft the next Micah Parsons? You already had the actual Micah Parsons, and he wanted to be there, and he was actually willing to take a lot less than what he ultimately ended up getting if you had just done the deal last year when he said he was ready to sign, even against his own agent's advice. Once again, being butthurt is not a reason to trade a Hall of Famer in his prime. And neither is a jacked up salary cap if that's where you're going next, Gramps. Because if it is jacked up, that's on you too, Pops. You're the GM. You're the one who waits until the very last second to sign your star players and ends up overpaying them. Micah did not do anything wrong. His agent did not do anything wrong. This is all on you, Pops. And this is why you are no longer fit to run that franchise. Give me one good reason anybody should still be a Cowboy fan. Just one. I'm going to wait. I got all day, yo. One reason. How the hell, by the way, how the hell do you not get more from Micah Parsons than you did? More. And how about this, Jera? If you knew that you were not going to sign him, and apparently you did because you said as much yesterday. If you knew you were not going to sign him, how the hell do you not move him in spring? How the hell do you not move him earlier, open it up to bidding, and maximize this guy's value? You can't tell me that you couldn't have gotten a lot more for him than you did. Nico Harrison cannot believe how badly you got worked by the Packers. Oh, and on top of that, the hell kind of world do we live in now? What kind of world do we live in that the risk-averse Packers, who never take big swings, who never sign splashy free agents, can get a deal done with Micah in like 5 minutes, but Jera couldn't get it done in well over a year? The Packers finally drafting a wide receiver in the first round and then taking this massive swing. Hey, Jera, that's what all in looks like. That's what it means to be all in. They're actually all in to win it, Gramps. Their actions speak louder, a hell of a lot louder than any of your gibberish that none of us understand anyway. We don't speak clown. We don't get it. But then again, Listen to the bullcrap that he was peddling yesterday. Quote, there is no question that I could have signed him in April. And so we all know that to have agreements, all parties have to agree. But this was by design. End of quote. Wait, what? This was by design? This was a strategy? You planned to trade Michael Parsons? This horrible trade and this crappy return was by design? You planned this? You wanted it to go this way? That'd be like walking, you know what? That'd be like me walking into that camera right there, smacking my head, getting concussed, and then saying, oh, I meant to do that. I meant to. Next time. There it is, Lauren. Exactly. I was going to say next time. Look at me. Do I look like I plan to do that? Does that look like that was by design? Yeah, sure, Jerry. That was by design. About as much as me walking to that camera and getting concussed was by design. But apparently that dude is sticking to that because he added, quote, this trade was not just thought about today. This trade has been going on in our minds, in our strategies being talked about. It's been going on all spring. It culminated today and it came quick, but that's the way things go. End of quote. Hey, Cowboys fan, help me out with this. What is scarier? The idea that it was a butthurt, all up in his feelings trade, or that there was actually no emotion and he was completely detached and that it was all by design. Or that this dude is really trying to spin it like the 2 first-round picks from Green Bay, quote, could get us. I'm talking top Pro Bowl type players. End of quote. I mean, I'm telling you, Pops, have you lost your mind completely? Are you high? Did you leave half your face and half your brain on Bourbon Street? The trade could get you Pro Bowl type players. You already had an all-pro type player. You're not going to find another Micah Parsons with these 2 picks because there isn't another Micah Parsons. And you had him and you let him get away and the guy did nothing wrong and all he ever wanted was to rock that star on the side of the helmet. Like, I know you clones so badly. I'm looking at you too, Cindy. I know you clones so badly want me to celebrate the 19th anniversary of my legendary diarrhea is the ultimate equalizer take. So you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do because maybe it's been a little too subtle and maybe it's been lost on you, but that's exactly what I have been doing for this entire Open. I'm pointing out how much diarrhea came pouring out of Jera's mouth yesterday at the presser. Hold up, Albie. I got a point to make here. Like I said previously, Jera should hit up Dion for those Depends diapers that Dion now wears and sells. But instead of wearing them on his ass, Jera should strap that diaper around his mouth to catch all the rhea that's pouring out of his carved face. Because you knew, there's more. I'm not done. Because you knew it was only a matter of time before he brought up Herschel Walker. Talk about some verbal diarrhea. Well, I'm not saying that Jerry Jones is living in the past. But if you're referencing a trade that took place 10 years before Micah Parsons was born, to justify trading Micah Parsons, man, you are working way too hard. Here's the other thing. This is not that. Keep Herschel Walker's name out your mouth when talking about this trade. This deal was nowhere near that trade. That time, Dallas got 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and then even more assets. It ultimately involved 18 players and included Emmitt Smith, Darren Woodson, and Russell Maryland. This is not that. Man, get that bullcrap out of here, Grandpa. The con is up, con clown. You're not in it to win it. You're not better today than you were yesterday. You got worked by Micah, you got worked by his agent, and then you got worked by the Packers. You're living in the early 90s while the rest of the league is running circles around you and laughing at you in 2025. Just know this, even Cowboy fan is finally hip to your con, and they deserve a hell of a lot better than this. Hell, the city of Dallas deserves a hell of a lot better than this, because while this might not be quite Luka bad, because Luka, to me, it's worse, because he can do more than Micah to affect a game. He can do more to affect a game and a franchise than Micah can. It's basketball. But this is almost as bad. At least Nico Harrison had a reason for moving Luka. Not a good one, but a better one than Jera. He moved Luka because he thought that Luka had a fat ass. You moved Micah because you were ass hurt. Good luck living this one down, Pops. This is the one that's going on your tombstone. Not all those rings that Jimmo won for you 3 decades ago, but this trade. Reaction? 1-800-636-8686.
What do you mean?
Cowboy fan, you especially. What do you come out on this? Did your guy do the right thing? Did Micah overplay his hand? Or is Jera not fit to run the franchise? Has he lost it? He called the guy Michael 5 times. That in and of itself tells me. But why did you move him? Why did you trade him? Why did it come to this? How did this get so personal? Did you really think that you had a deal with Michael? One thing about that. One thing about that, because I know a number of you think that he owns the business, he can talk directly to his employee. Nobody's saying he can't. But you know what he can't do? He can't negotiate directly with his employee. Not only is it scummy as hell, and he knows it, it's actually pretty much in violation of the collective bargaining agreement. You cannot go around an agent and negotiate directly with a player unless the player gives permission and the player represents himself. So I don't want to hear that. You did not have a deal with Michael. How the hell did that happen? And how do you not get more?